Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live session of GETI Talks. My name is Shilpi, and I'm the Relationship Manager with the Global Education and Training Institute. Would you like to taste a little Latin American? So here I have a guest, not exactly from Latin America, but somewhere closer to it, from Mexico. He is a 22-year-old student from the Autonomous University of Zacatecas. I hope I pronounced it correctly. His name is Mr. Cesar Omar Reyes Valdez. He is also the co-organizer of TEDx Talks at his university. He is also a social worker. He's working with the Central American refugee children. So this is what he's going to talk about, the challenges that he faces, and the troubles that these children are facing in education. Welcome to our platform, Omar, and thank you for joining in the disruptive education movement started by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. It's over to you, and let's begin.
Okay. A lot of thanks, Shilpi, for the opportunity. I'm Omar Reyes. I'm from Zacatecas, Mexico. Zacatecas, Mexico is a pure state in Mexico where migration is a regular topic in each family. But now I won't talk about Mexican migrants. I'm going to talk about the hard route that the Central American children have to live and how it affects their education. Migration is not a cause, but is a consequence of many socioeconomic problems. The poverty, insecurity, the drug cartels, corruption, and economic crisis means that only in the northern triangle of Central America, that is composed by Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, the 74% in Honduras, the 68% in Guatemala, and the 44% in El Salvador of the children live in poverty. These countries are the principal migrant exporters to the United States and Canada. The children travel across the Mexico, that is a very dangerous country for the migrants, with their parents or alone. In consequence, they drop out their studies. They drop out of their studies for months, even years along their crossing to the United States. During the first semester of the 2019 year, the National Migration Institute of Mexico reported that 43,598 migrant children live in Mexico, and 10,318 were alone, without parents. Mexico is the most important point of the migrant route in Central America, and the migrants don't have enough opportunities for their development. Obviously, neither do the children. I love my country with all my heart. Mexico has many good things like people, places, food. I love the Mexican food, the music, the culture. I'm really patriotic, but I can't ignore its effects. Mexico is a racist country among its own people and with the migrants. Many migrants are afraid of receiving rejection and discrimination every day, and many children don't go to the school for that reason. In another point, the government considers the migrants like second-class citizens, and this doesn't help in anything. They don't receive the necessary help and are totally ignored. The perfect example is that in 2018, when a migrant caravan, that is a big group of migrants, were trying to cross to Mexican territory, and the Mexican government refused using the force with the army and the police. In spite of that, we have hope. In Mexico, there are many associations like Casa Indy, the Jesuit Service to Migrants, the network of migrant houses that help the migrants, providing them with places to sleep, food, clothes, advice to change their legal status in the country, and education to the children. There also exist many groups of people, like the Patronas, which are a volunteer women's group that give the migrants food, water, and assistance. But with all this, it isn't enough because there are still many children who are in danger and aren't receiving help. Well, with all this context, maybe you are wondering, what can I do? How can I help these people, the children? Maybe you don't have enough money to donate to the associations. Maybe you live really far away from Mexico. But we can do a lot of things to help. You can, and we can, stop being such a racist people. We need to have more empathy for others. We are brothers, we are family, we are humans, with the same rights. We need to speak to the government for them, demand that they have the same rights that we have as citizens. Join and collaborate with associations near your city. Be disruptive and critical with the government and all society. I can talk by example when I say that if the government, private initiative, and society come together, we can achieve great results. You don't need, you not to be Mexican to help them. I assure you that in your country there are children that live in the same situation. We don't need to make the problem more visible. We need to not ignore this and solve something right now. We need to think more about the long term and not just the short term.
I believe there is a network issue on Omar's part, but then we'll wait for him. He will join back. Thank you for your patience, but we are still waiting for Omar. He will be back in within a few minutes. Well, as Omar is getting ready to join us back, I would like to tell you that Omar is in Mexico's northern part of Mexico, which is on the frontiers of USA, and the place that he is in is known as Zacatecas. I hope I pronounced it correct, and he's a university student at the Autonomous University of Zacatecas. So, along with studying economic science at the university, he's also studying social science, and he is working with the refugee children in the Central American part of. And he is also a political candidate for the young congressman in that very same state. So, let me just check. I think he's going to join back. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really sorry we had to wait such a long time, but thank you, Omar, so much. I mean, this is called actually, love and unity, and we call ourselves global citizens. So, thank you, Mariana. She is a friend of Omar, and because Omar was having intense internet issues, Mariana agreed to join us very quickly and continue talking on the same topic. So, Mariana Medina, I would like you to first introduce yourself quickly. And then, he was talking about the problems and challenges faced by the Central American, refugee children. So, quickly give us your introduction and then you can express your views on it. And thank you once again. Dhanyavad from India. Thank you from India for, quickly taking off his place. Thank you. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you a lot for the invitation, first of all. And I'm sorry for the interruption. These things happened. Well, my name's Mariana Medina. I'm from Mexico, and I'm in love with these topics too. I think that the refugees and the immigrants need to be recognized and need to be treated like humans, as Omar was saying. So I'm going to continue with this topic. I I think that he just ended with his speech. So I'm going to say that, as he said, we need to be treated like humans. We need to be treated like people. We are not here to we are not here to be so rude with each others. In the Latin American countries, there are a lot of immigrants, um, mostly to the United States. We all know why. But Mexico is like uh, the state K, um, to go to the United States. That is why Mexico is so important. The thing is that a lot of immigrants, a lot of refugees do not go to the end of the trip, like to the United States, because of um, the lot of traps that there are between these countries. So, in this sense, the Mexican and the Central American immigrants um, lives in Mexico. So, what are we doing to solve this problematic? The children, we all know that the immigrant children stop their studies because of that, because they stop like by a semester or by a year, and after that they never continue. Why? Because it's a hard. It's hard. We are like in a position of privilege that give us the things that we need to be educated and to get knowledge, but when we move and when we see the things with the eyes of the situation of the immigrants, we do not see that they nearly it they also it's a lot of my part to say that, but they are starving. Little are is starving. So what can we do for it? We can be, first of all, humans. We need to respect each other. We need to to remember that we are not uh, we are not limited by our color, by our sexuality, nothing. We're just humans. We need to stop being so xenophobic. There are a lot of xenophobic in a lot of countries of Latin America and in America in general. And we need to join to the movements that help these people, especially the children, because they are the future. We are the future, but we are also the present. So how can we help with it? We can join our organization we can join our movements, because there are government movements that that can help with this problematic. So I think that Omar will like to close with the thing that we are humans and we need to be treated like humans, just like that. So thank you so much for the time and for the invitation. And I'm sorry for the problems that we had, but I think in this time is pretty normal. Yeah, that's all.
Mariana, I don't have words of appreciation for you. I mean, how quickly, and thank you, Omar, wherever you are listening. I think when he gets his internet back, he'll be listening to us. But you know, how quickly he just, and your confidence to take it up from where he left. And I think this is what, this generation is all about, that we are working for, unity, love, cooperation. And this is what, the spirit of, commitment, the commitment to a cause, commitment. I really really honor Omar now, because respect him, because he kept his commitment. He could not complete this show, but he just immediately, and yes, your bravery that you immediately took up from where he left. So thank you, Mariana. And which I would like you to ask the question, even my audience would like to know. So who are these refugee children that you are referring to? From where are have they migrated to Mexico and Central American countries? Who are they basically, and what is the age group you're talking about?
Okay, so first of all, we need to see the difference between an immigrant and a refugee. The difference is not a personal or a human difference, it's just a political difference. When a state, when a state the state decide how to see these people. When
Hmm.
people arrives to Mexico, they are sometimes immigrants. When they are like out of papers and things like that, and most of the states, sadly, they see it, they see them like, I don't know, like unuseful sometimes, and it's hard to say it, but it's like that. And the refugees are the ones that have these papers, or have like the permission to stay in that country. So when the immigrants arrives to Mexico, they have two options: become only immigrants or become refugees. So the thing with the immigrants is that they cannot even work. When they can't arrive to the United States, that is like the final step of this American dream. They stay in Mexico because because of a lot of things, but they stay in Mexico. So the government had like the Mexican government had like these programs to join to the immigrants to join the 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 Mexican economy, like to get a job and things like that, but only for refugees. It also happens with the educational programs. The refugees have this right to the education, and they have like access to the public education, but the immigrants hasn't. But what happens also with the refugees? The children refugees need to work to live, to eat something. So that's the thing, and that's the difference. The ages we are talking about, it's like the ages of 5 years old, 3 years old, to less than 18 years old. That is the age of majority age here in Mexico.
All right. So, as university students, how are you people working towards solving this problem? Like, have you an organization, or do you have like kind of a social organization where these you get the university students together and work for them?
Yeah, well, I think that we as people, we just need to read and be like so informated of these topics, because sometimes we walk in the street and we see a person that have a different color of skin, and we are so racist. Or we see Chinese people like with their mask of the A's or something like that, and we are like, oh my God, no, he's not from Mexico, and we are xenophobic. That's the word, and we need to stop being that, because we are all humans. So that's the first step. The second step is to join the organizations that exist, because if we make like these organizations separated, the efforts are separated. We need to join and the efforts and be stronger to fight this problematic.
Thank you so much. And, yes, of course. I mean, this is what, first of all, we have to recognize that we are humans. And then after that, we have to join hands together to solve this problem. And I really love your university friends and the friends, who are supporting you. They are putting up such good comments for you. And yes, of course, Omar, even I'm proud of Mariana. So and so thank you so much, both of you, for making it so quickly and talking about this problem and issues. And of course, we have all our faith and trust in you that the way you have handled this crisis right now in the show, I believe we'll be able to have a great future in Mexico too. So thank you once again, and thank you from all of us here in India for joining. And we hope to see both of you again in a session. I'll invite both of you again once, together, not separately, to talk about some other social issues that you would like to express your views on. Right?
Yeah, thank you a lot. Thanks for your time and for the invitation. We will be in contact. Thank
Yeah, sure.
you.
Thank you so much. So good night, everybody else and the audience who are watching us. I'll be back with some other interesting show, talk shows with more people from other countries as well. So good evening and good night in India. Thank you.